What's good, GQ? This is Scoot Henderson. This is how I made, saved, and spent my first $1 million. I grew up in Marietta, Georgia. It was always like a competitive atmosphere with all my siblings. We would go on the court outside and just having fun. My first job, honestly, I tried to get a job when I was like 13. I was talking to my mom one day and I was like, I think I should get a job, like on some silly stuff. And then she was like, nah, you don't need no job. Just keep working and you're gonna, do whatever you want. My family's gym, Next Play 360, Marietta. That was like my first kind of job, volunteer or whatever. I was just helping, growing up. I would think about getting a pair of shoes or, getting a car, stuff like that. I wanted so bad, but I couldn't really get it at the time. Anytime I got some money, I would definitely, go to the snack store and get some snacks for sure. I started playing basketball at a very young age, but it was more like a mixture between basketball and football. So I was like kind of switching between sports every other season. It was more like a football thing for me. I wanted to play for the 49ers. Like that was my ultimate goal. But when I got in high school and I started to get serious with it, maybe 8th grade, that's when I started to train a lot more. But definitely like 9th grade, I started to get serious and actually focus on just one sport, which was basketball. I was like, yeah, I think I could do this at a very high level. My parents are really smart. I feel like it was just never like a point in my life where I was like, dang, I don't know how to manage money. They always told me to save up, like for a rainy day, they always told me that. So, I had to learn a lot. So me and my mom, like before I had went out to Walnut Creek last year, we had went on a wealth summit and we just learned like that whole week straight, we just learned about money. I didn't see anybody my age, but I was locked in and I was just paying attention, just taking down notes with my mom. I wouldn't say she was forcing me because I was enjoying it, but she was dang near there like, you taking notes? Like, you gotta pay attention to this is important. Here are the details of my NBA G League contract. The main thing that made me go to Team Ignite, the competition level in the G League, is really right there, I wouldn't say the NBA is just like the G League, because I know, those guys up there are definitely just more skilled and obviously the best players in the world for a reason, but I feel like the G League just gives you that competitive edge that it brings it out. There's a lot of nice guys in the G, and I just wanted to play the best players I could play at my age, and that was the best opportunity. The Puma team, they believed in me and they believed in, the work I put in. They're all very cool, and I love them. They support my dreams, and I support their brand. So here go the details of my Puma contract. When y'all wanted to see it, here it go. All right, we talked about how I made and saved my money. Let's talk about how we spent the cheddar. Very first thing I bought, well, at least I remember, is the bag I bought my mom. It's like a fluffy blue Prada bag. That's like something I always wanted to do, but I didn't put no money in it. So that's like what my sister told me. She said, if you ever give a woman a purse or a bag, you gotta put something in it. The bag was like $1,000, like $1,800 maybe. All right, the bag, and then probably a lot of snacks. I bought a lot of snacks in the bag right there. I feel like when I got the money, it wasn't really about spending. Of course I had my fun with it, nothing like too crazy on like $100,000 on this, $2,000. Clothes, man, I got a lot of clothes. I be putting it on. As you can see, when I went to New York, my first time, I had went to the shops and I shopped for a minute. I was just so intrigued by all the stuff I was seeing. It was like stuff you dream about, kinda. Like all the clothes you can wear and all the bags you can like carry around. They're like the city lights, it's crazy. That might be one of my favorite cities. Maybe like this much. All together though. Some shoes, I got a lot of shoes. And then I got my dad the white NBA Louis bag. Yeah, my sister is my stylist right now, and most like forever. She helps me on my game day stuff and the fit I got on right now, for real. But pair it with love and a high five, good high five and hug. 50 grand on clothes for myself and a bag for my dad. Some of my money is spent on trips on getting my family here and back. But a lot of, my people take care of that stuff. So all together for the whole year, probably like 10,000, just on like getting them here and back. And I might go somewhere. Maybe I want to go back home. Yeah, that's this for the flights and my trips, my family. I did buy a couple video games. I got the P5, but definitely I buy VC. I can't lie. I bought some VC for one of my players. For the game, I might have spent 10,000 on that just for the VC and stuff like that, like in-game money. It's probably 10,000 right there for the games. I did buy a house. You know, my brother's a real estate agent. He was a basketball player too and a football player. You know, he helped me find a house in Georgia for maybe me and my family one day. But we're just working on that. Yeah, it's about it right here. About 250,000 for the house that my brother helped me with. No current investments right now. I'm still working on, you know, trying to find things I'm really interested in. You know, that's one thing I learned at the Well Summit last year. You know, you gotta be really interested in whatever it is. You don't wanna just put your money in something you're really not feeling, or you're just hearing from the outside, or people saying, yeah, put your money in this, it's going up. You gotta really feel it if you really, you know, wanna put your money into it. Yeah, I did put a percentage of my money, my paychecks in Next Play 360. It's a very community welcoming place. I don't want it to be seen as a gym or like somewhere you just work out, because the vibe is obviously different if you come in there. You know, the coaches and trainers, they're all cool, and you know, it's just a community place for a community I wish I've had when I was growing up. Like, I see the kids come in and walk out with a smile. They might have a bad day at school, and they leave here like smiling hard, and I just try to make them feel welcome all the time whenever I'm in there. Like I'm one of them, like I've been in that spot. So yeah, about 130 goes into my family business, Next Play 360. Then the rest of it, all in savings. This all in the savings right here. I feel like I've handled it pretty good. You know, I could have done better with, you know, watching on what I spent it on, like shopping wise, but you know, you gotta have a little fun with it. You get there, you gotta, you know, treat yourself right for all the hard work you're putting in. I have no regrets in whatever I did with my money, no regrets. And looking forward to, you know, getting some more things and getting drafted. And one thing I will always say is, you know, to always learn about, you know, the green thing, man, how to handle it. And if you want to get back, give back. It might not give you money back, but you know, you're gonna feel good about it. And especially if you've grown up around that area, you know, the person treated you right when you were younger. I feel like that's just always a reason to, you know, give back to them or give back to the community. And that's what I do. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to see how I made, saved, and spent my first $1 million, man.